Will Russia expand its military advances beyond Ukraine into Europe? A new report based on alleged US intel inputs says that could be possible. But Trump's intel chief says there is no chance of Russia invading Europe. Now, a recent news story claimed that US intelligence reports continue to warn that Putin has not given up on his aims of capturing all of Ukraine, reclaiming parts of Europe that once belonged to the former Soviet Empire. The report, which cites 6 sources familiar with US intelligence, differs from comments by Donald Trump, his Ukraine peace negotiators, who have said that Putin wants to end the conflict. US Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard has slammed the report. She said the report was an example of deep state warmongers and their propaganda media trying to undermine Trump's peace efforts. US is playing host to both Russian and Ukrainian delegations in efforts to hammer out a peace deal. Instead, she claimed that US intelligence actually assesses that Russia does not even have the capability to conquer and occupy Ukraine, let alone invade Europe. Now, Gabbard's thoughts were echoed by former US National Security Advisor Mike Flynn. He even went a step further than Gabbard and claimed that the European Union, which he called minus the United States, desperately wants war with Russia. He claimed that CIA is in cahoots with the MI6 and others in the European intelligence agencies, adding that these and other warmongers in our own administration, they want perpetual war. A top Ukrainian intelligence officer has warned Russia intends to expand its invasion, and it could happen sooner than later. Kirilo Budanov, head of defense intelligence of Ukraine, has stated that Russia intends to occupy the Baltic states. He claimed that according to the original plan, Russia was supposed to be ready to act in 2030, but now the plans have been adjusted and revised, bringing the timeline forward to 2027. Russia controls about 20% of Ukraine's territory, including parts of Donbass, Zaporizhia and Kherson, and Crimea, the strategic Black Sea peninsula. Putin claims that Crimea and all 4 provinces belong to Russia. Reports say that Trump is pressuring Kiev to withdraw its forces from Donbass as part of a proposed peace deal. Ukrainian President Zelensky has refused to cede territory, and his stance has been supported by his European allies. On Friday, European Union leaders, they agreed to give Ukraine a loan of nearly $105 billion to plug looming budget shortfalls as the conflict approaches the end of its 4th year. But they failed to agree on using frozen Russian assets to come up with the funds. The plan to grant the loan to Ukraine has also invited criticism. Hungary's Viktor Orban, he claims that the loan put Europe in the direction of war. He said that since Europe will only get the money back in case of a Ukrainian victory, Russia would have to be defeated for this money to be recovered.